A swarm of mysterious UFOs appeared in formation and suddenly disappeared as one of the planes approached over Chicago, Illinois. In Peabody, Massachusetts, another swarm of mysterious UFOs was seen disappearing out of nowhere in a mysterious scene. In Albion, New York, USA, more than 20 unidentified flying objects, UFOs, flying at low altitude near a residential area have been sighted. In Scottsdale, Arizona, a low-flying unidentified flying object was seen pulsing in the night sky with a bright orange light. In Inman, South Carolina, an unidentified flying object was seen shining a bright light in the sky. A swarm of mysterious UFOs appeared in formation and suddenly disappeared as one of the planes approached over Chicago, Illinois. The mysterious flying objects appeared for the first time flying at a low altitude near the tops of trees, flashing yellow and orange and pulsing continuously without making any sound. The intensity of the light emitted by the unidentified flying objects varied at times and changed their color to white, blue and red. The mysterious UFOs were getting close to each other and changing formations as if they were maneuvering some kind in the air at a low altitude. The size of the UFOs was relatively small, but they are definitely not drones. Most likely this formation was made up of a group of mysterious light balls, or what we call UFO orbs. We have talked about such light balls several times in the past, and we explained the reason for the existence of these small mysterious flying objects in the skies of the world, which researchers considered in the unidentified flying objects used for data collection and imaging. Some of them even confirmed that they have the ability to collect samples and attack objectives, meaning that they may be used as a weapon and have the ability to affect and disable electronic devices. We have talked about this in the air, approaching each other and changing their shapes and colors. Then it began to disappear one by one in a strange scene, with the sound of one of the planes approaching the area. Then there was one unidentified flying object that fell to a very low level, near the top of a tree, and then disappeared in the end as one of the planes approached the place. In Peabody, Massachusetts, another swarm of mysterious UFOs was seen disappearing out of nowhere in a mysterious scene. A swarm of mysterious flying objects appeared, which at first seemed to have 4 of them, flying in the sky at a low altitude, and also flashing and pulsing constantly, and then they began to move away in a straight line, until they almost disappeared into the horizon, leaving only one. Then the mysterious flying objects began to return again from the horizon, this time flying at a lower altitude than last time. Then they began to disappear again by moving away in the horizon, and continued in this manner for a period of time, before all the mysterious flying objects disappeared. The best description of the sighting can be obtained from the witness himself. Driving down the street, saw 2 bright lights in the sky, initially thought nothing of them. We pulled into the driveway, and as I stepped out of the car, I took a look where I initially saw the lights. They were still there and they appeared to be wobbling. I initially thought it was atmospheric refraction, until the wobbling turned into slightly larger movements. My girlfriend agreed that they were in fact moving, and it was about that time that another light appeared over the horizon. It was moving towards the other 2. I can't recall which ones, but a couple of them started moving up and down a substantial amount. Then another one appeared from the horizon. As the 4th light showed up, one of the original 2 started to leave. It looked as if it was getting further and further away, until we couldn't see it anymore. After that one left, another one appeared from the horizon where the other 2 had come from. The 3 that came from the horizon formed a horizontal single file line, and the remaining original one was in front and center of the other 3. They moved in this formation, coming towards us for a short time before they started to disappear one by one, in a very similar fashion as to how the first one left. Roughly 45 seconds after they had disappeared, we saw another one coming from the same position the 3 we had seen approach come from. At this point I asked my girlfriend to go inside and grab her parents. In the short time she was gone, another one came from the same spot as the others, and followed the new one. Girlfriend and her parents came outside and they all saw the same thing. After they had come outside, a 3rd one appeared in the same spot. There were again 3 lights in a single file line. However, this single file line was perpendicular to the first line we witnessed. Again, they seemed to be approaching us, towards us at the very least. I don't believe they were coming towards us specifically. It is a very dense suburban area, and I don't believe they were reacting to our observation of them in any way, until once again they started to disappear one by one. It is also my girlfriend's recollection that as they were in a horizontal line with one out front, that they were moving forward and backwards, as in towards us directly and further away from us, as they maintained their original course. Due to the small size of the mysterious flying objects that appeared in the footage, I think that they are also mysterious light balls, or what are known as UFO orbs, and they are definitely uninhabited. In Albion, New York, USA, more than 20 unidentified flying objects, UFOs, flying at low altitude, near a residential area have been sighted. A large group of unidentified flying objects, more than 20, were seen. All of them appeared from almost the same place, and then began to rotate around themselves when they reached a certain height in the sky. The unidentified flying objects kept appearing from about the same point, and distributing themselves in formation along a horizontal line in the sky, and then began to disappear one by one in complete silence. Drones or Chinese lanterns may be launched from the same place, but they will not move in a formation that smart, and will not suddenly disappear in the sky, as I don't think 20 drones will be launched simultaneously. In Scottsdale, Arizona, a low-flying unidentified flying object was seen pulsing in the night sky, with a bright orange light. The unidentified flying object was flying at a relatively high altitude in the sky, and was apparently rotating around itself. After a period of time, the unknown flying object began to change its color, and glow tremendously to create a huge halo of light. It is several times its normal size, in a mysterious and wonderful scene at the same time. The light emitted by the flying object did not resemble any known light as stated by eyewitnesses. Of course, there is no known flying object have the ability to fly in the air with such stability without making a sound, and we have not seen before any flying object that has the ability to make this majestic aura of light. In Inman, South Carolina, an unidentified flying object was seen shining a bright light in the sky. A flying object was seen in the night sky, which was initially believed to be the planet Venus. The color was pure white with an orange hue. The unidentified flying object moved intermittently horizontally to the east, with the illumination changing from bright to a lighter luminosity, and then to red. At first, the unidentified flying object appeared flying at a high altitude in the sky behind the clouds, then it began to descend to a low height, then it crossed the street to the other side, to descend again to approach the tops of the trees.